Hello friends. Today we are going to learn a very important topic in any programming language, that's called loop. So loop uh, is used for the iterative job. So loop we'll try to understand the loop with the examples. Like there is a scenario. Let's say if you want to find out the odd numbers between 1 to 10. So we know the logic, how to find the odd number. So if someone says that, okay, if um, 1 is odd number or not, 2 is odd number or not, or 3 is odd number or not, what we take each item and divide by modulus operator. We'll try to find out the remainder. So if the remainder is 1, then we say that, okay, that's a odd. So we know the logic, so we have to do for 1, we have to implement that logic for 1, again 2, and do the same operation for 3, 4. So in this way we have to do all these operations. So in this case, we need the loop is say, okay, do for 1, do for 2, do for 3, and somewhere we have to stop. So so that's why we use the loop. So in any programming language, we'll see the different kind of loop, but here in a Golang there is a only one loop, and that is called the for loop. In other programming language, you'll find it's a while loop, do while loop, uh, or others, but here there is only one loop. But there are different variant of this for loop. We'll see that, what are those variants. So that's in the next slides, we'll see that. And after looking at few examples, um, and we'll try to understand the for loop, and in the next video we'll try to understand the break, continue, and I will also write example how to find the prime number. So for now, let's see the different variants of loop. So I will show you example of the first variant, where we see the syntax is the for, and then first block is initialization. It's separated by comma. It's a semicolon, not a comma, semicolon. So if you see, there are two semicolon, 1 and 2 here, 1 2, and this is the condition. We have to put some condition, and it's a post operation. So this is the one variant of the for loop. There is another one for infinite loop, is this just for, and give the condition. So and so yeah, so here this is the infinite loop for here, and if this, like in this condition, if you make something the true, again for true, it becomes infinite loop. If you do not put the condition, just for, it's an infinite loop. Or is simply just you want some condition also, you can use this. And there is another variant called range. So range I will not talk in this video, but I will talk that about the range in a loop in some videos in the future. So so what I said, that it doesn't make sense. What is this for initialization condition? So let's see the example, and based on the example we'll try to understand what I'm saying here. So let's first do this thing, first one for, and then do some initialization condition, and this then post operation, and try to understand point number 1, and then we'll come back to the point number 2, 3. So we'll see this with the same examples, that is how to find the event numbers between 1 to 10. Yeah, for this 1 to 10. Okay, so I'm here in this repolit.com languages go, and what we do, we want to find out the odd numbers between two numbers. So what we do, like I will say that I will create the two variable. One is begin, and say that begin equal to 1, and then end equal to 10. So why I want to find out if odd numbers between 1 and 10. So this is the begin, and 10 is the end. Okay, that's good. So uh, first variant of the for loop, I have to give the for, and I have to give some conditions. Like first block is, say that first one is the initialization. If you go and check in a slide, so in the first slides, there's a two semicolon, and then it's a bracket. So before the first semicolon, you say that's the initialization. So I say, okay, I equal to begin. I'm just initializing I equal to begin. So that means the value for I is 1. Okay, and here I put the condition. What I say, that I less than end. So less than end means less than 10. We want to check from 1 to 10, so let's do less than equal to. So this is the condition, and then this is the post operation. In the post operation, I will go and uh, increment this value. So I plus plus. So first see what this is doing here. What I do, I will print here fmt println, and then I'll print I. So if I run this and see what is the result now. It is 1 2 3 1 to 10. It's printing 1 to 10. How it's printing 1 to 10? Because we initializes I with begin, and we know the begin is 1, and then after that this section will be checked. So it will check, okay, we know I equal to 1, and we are checking the condition I less than equal to end, is it true or not. So I is 1, and we know end is 10. So 1 is less than 10, that's true. So that means it will enter to this block, and it will print 1. So it will print 1, and then this section is called post section. So this time I value will be incremented. So the I was 1 previously, now it becomes 2. So again from here it will come to the condition portion. It will not go, the control will not go to the initialization. Control comes to the initialization in the first time. So first time begin was 1, and then I was initialized with 1. So that's good. I was initialized with 1. Then 1 less than equal to 10, that's condition true, and it printed 1. Then after that, this is a post operation, this I plus plus, I becomes 2 now. Now we come here and check that, okay, 2 less than equal to end. So 2, I equal to, and end is, we know, the 10. So 2 is less than 10. That's true. So it will print 2. So it will print 2. That's good. So in the similar way, I will increment it. It becomes 3 less than 10. That's true. It will print. And then in the similar way, sometimes I becomes 10. So again here 10 less than equal to 10. Yes, it's not less than, but it's equal to 10. That's true. It will print 10. And after that I becomes 11 less than equal to 10. It's a false. So it will not come inside this for body or for loop. So when I say the for body, so it will start from here and it's end here. So whatever within this curly bracket we call the for body. So in a for loop we have to understand these three things. One is the initialization. So if you check here and come back in a first slide or this slide, you'll see for initialization, and this is the condition, and the last one is post operation. So when we write the program, the control comes to the initialization section one time, and then after that it checks the condition and execute the body of the for loop, and then after that it will go to the post operation, and then again come back to the condition. So let's see the example once again. Yeah, so just try this, pause here and try this program in your browser, in your Replit, and just run it and see the behavior, how it's working. So this is the initialization. Once again, this is the condition, and that's the post operation. And these are separated by semicolons. If you forget the semicolon, there will be error. So you don't have to forget this. You have to use this semicolon 2 times: initialization, and then condition, and this post operation. Okay. So we printed, and we saw that it's printing 1 to 10. We know, the I value is 1, and then 2 and 10. So this time, I'm going to add the logic, whether it's a odd or not. So how to find if it's odd or not? So I'm checking like this: if I, this is the modulus operator, I divide by 2, and if it is 1, then that's a modulus, otherwise not. So in this case, so if it is I divide by 2 equal to 1, that means not a 0. So in this case, I'm going to print that, like fmt println, and then println I. I'll print the I. So that will be, the odd number. If I run, so in this case, if you see 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, these are the all odd numbers. In the similar way, if you want to print, all the even numbers, we can do that. I divide by 2 equal to 0, then print, so it will be the odd number, even number. So we can add the logic. So this is the way, how the for loop works. So that's a good example of the for loop, and it's a very simple example. Let's try to change this thing in a different variant of the for loop. So in a other variant, if we come here, we'll see that other variant is for condition, just a for condition. So we have to use the initialization and post operation, and using this simple way, for condition, just for and condition, in that way. So let's change our logic a little bit to understand point number 2. Okay, so let's come here, and I'm just going to comment this logic for some time. This is commented, and I'm going to use the second variant of the for loop. So maybe what I do, I'll just copy this same block here down, and then I can just modify, and then I'll come here, and so where is this if? Okay, so there is some, I didn't copy correctly. So for body is ending here, so let me copy this block and paste it here. I will comment this, and then in this case I'm using the for I equal to begin. So what I can do, I can remove this block here and put on the top, outside of the for. So this, I'm doing initialization before the for, and this increment I can do after this operation, or just before exiting from the for loop. So this is a for loop, and this post operation I can put that like last operation, as a last operation. So I did that, and in this case you will see there is just a condition, and in this case we do not need the semicolon, and the result will be same. So if I run this again, so 1 2 1 3 5 7, so it didn't, okay, yeah, so that's the same. So all the odd number, so result is same. We just, this is a little bit different variant of this. So we see it's exactly same thing, just we added the condition inside the for. There is just condition and then body. So before the for loop I did the initialization, and then I'm checking the condition here, and then once everything is done, the last statement of the for loop is the post operation. So we can achieve this in this way also. So if you find the program in a internet, it's written in this way. For is a initialization, condition, and post operation, or sometime you will see just for and then condition. So that means initialization has already been done before entering to the for loop, and the post operation will be the after, or after every statements in the for body, and that means that should be the last operation. So we'll come back and see our slide. So in this slide, this is the another variant for condition. So we understand this for conditions here. In the similar way, we can use the infinite loop also. So in that case, we have to come out of the loop, so we have to add the logic for that. So let's see how to do that. If I remove this condition, so now this is the infinite loop. It will just keep printing, keep going on, keep goes on. So see here, but it's a end declare but not use. Okay, that is for this end. Let's comment this. We are not using end in this. So for okay, let me before modifying this, what I can do, I can copy this and paste it here, and what I do, I'll just comment this logic for now. Okay, so in this case, in our last example here, I'll just remove the condition. So that means the for becomes infinite loop. So in this case, let's comment this also for now, and 10, and we're using the begin. So let's run it. So say keep goes on. So let's stop that, because this is the infinite. What happens here, I equal to the I equal to begin. So begin is 1, so I is 1, and then it will divide by 2 with the modulus operator and check this condition. If it's the 1, print that number, that's the odd number, and come back, and again I becomes 2. So there is no exit, because there is no condition. So if condition is if you here in this case there was a condition, if the condition is true, then do that, and sometimes condition become false and then it will come out, but here there is no way to come out. So what we can do, we can write the logic here somewhere to come out. So if I say if, I can say if I equal to 10, then break. So break means come out of the loop. So if I do this way, it will work. Let's run this again. So see, 1 to 9. So yeah, so what I want to suggest for the beginners, run this block and try to understand, run this block and try to understand, and also run this and try to understand. Also you can find some good examples in the internet for this. Yeah, but try to understand, pause here and try to understand the for loop. And that's all for today. In the next video, we'll try to write the program to find the prime numbers between 1 to 10. So, and it will utilize the for loop. So that's again another good example for that. Yeah, so that's all for today. Bye.